what were your first writing jobs after college?
Oh, well, the first writing job after college wasn't comedic at all. It was, I wrote erotic fiction.
Wait, slow down and say it a little slower.
I wrote erotic fiction.
Thank you.
His hair was long in a ponytail, and he wrote erotic fiction. Yeah, so it's funny when I'm looking at looking back on my young acting and writing career. While other people had managers and agents, I was going to like Craigslist and seeing what was what was available. And I think I booked a few like background roles and stuff. $100 here and there. And then I saw this one gig pop up on Craigslist where it said, "Do you want to get paid to write and edit erotic fiction?" And I was like, "Yeah, of course. Who wouldn't want to?" Yeah. So they asked for your resume. So
only the best. We usually only take Ivy Leaguers, but maybe we'll accept an NYU grad.
Yeah, well, that would be funny if there's sort of like the way that SNL and The Simpsons had like that Harvard,
sure,
sort of
the Lampoon pipeline,
that pedigree. Yeah. So they got me for this for this erotic fiction thing. So I'd never written erotic fiction before. I wrote a really weird. I wrote a short story in college for one of my workshops where I think it was called "Gorilla in His Swings" or something like that.
I love it already.
Oh my God! And I have a buddy of mine named Shane who to this day reminds me of that story. Like he'll be like, "Hey, dude, you remember when you wrote this story? It's about a guy who's going through a divorce, and then he goes to Central Park, and there's this weird menagerie thing going on, and he watches a gorilla have sex with a woman, and that somehow helps him get over his relationship." It's something that like a 21
better than Hagen does, right?
Did you take that from personal experience? Where did that story come from?
I don't know, but I think one of my teachers pointed out, he's like, "Yeah, gorillas don't even have that big of penises, right? Why would you even pick that?
Pick a different primate, man."
Yeah, exactly. So other than that, I don't remember writing anything erotic or sexy like that. So I had to write a sample of a story and then send it all in. So the story that I wrote was from the point of view of a young kid working in a legal age, working in a grocery store as a bag boy. It's like he bags, groceries, and he's totally in love with this black cashier named Loquacious. And so it's just sort of like his desire for Loquacious and all that. Again, I'm really wondering all the people who tuned in to learn like, hey,
they want to know. How do I write erotic fiction?
Yeah.
So besides Eric and me, who are the readers of this?
I want a copy.
Well, that's the thing. So I send it in. I don't expect to hear anything back. And I get an email back. We'd love to have you come in for an interview. So it's an office building in downtown Manhattan, and they have like an entire floor. And then I go and interview with the woman who runs it. It's a mostly female staff that runs this stuff.
Okay.
She offers me the job on the spot, and I'm like, great. And I start the next week. And it turns out they were producing magazines and stuff. But their main selling point were these erotic digests that they used to have a mailing list of the people of the guys that they would send this to. It was very male oriented.
So they would actually print it out. These weren't PDFs or email.
Yeah, wasn't PDFs. Can I go? I think I have one in my closet. I could show you.
Yes.
Yeah. Let me go. One sec.
Eric and
I'm loving this.
My hands are up here for now.
So these are a few of the ones of the digests that I would write. So you would have Naughty Night, Housewives Confessions,
I remember
Never
that
heard
one.
of this. What year was this?
Forbidden Letters. Oh, this is probably, let's see, I graduated 04, so maybe like 05.
Okay.
Yeah, maybe 04, 05, or 06 or something like that.
So this isn't like trashy romance. This is like 18 and up in the
this is
the curtain
this is-
section in the liquor store kind of thing.
dude, this is gross. This is some of the grossest shit you've ever read in your life. Family taboos. Come on, man.
Okay. Can we cut?
I know. Yeah. Can we stop? As a father, I would like to.
I was still in my dad's Maxims at that point. I'm not
Yeah.
familiar with this entire genre. This is fascinating.
Playboy seems so wholesome now.
Yeah.
I'm vindicated.
So we had, there was a mailing list of, guys who would read. I remember writing the Sex Olympics. That was one of mine. My wife took home the gold. So that's what, oh my God. You bleep stuff out? I don't want to be trouble for you guys. Oh God.
Just say it. We'll figure it out later.
Clit poker. I mean, what is that? What does that even mean? Is it a person who pokes it, or is it like a poker that
leaves it to the imagination.
Yeah.
The male might have one point of view, a lady might have a different. It's
right, exactly.
Kind of beautiful.
So I was writing these things, and I'm a comedian too. So it's sort of like I have to have fun with these things, and so I mean, part of having fun with it was like basically using the first name of every person in my life, so it's like using my mother's first name. So there's a story here with Florence. There's, Lorraine, my aunt, using her name and stuff like that. So, so I think part of, kind of bringing it back to, this idea of trying to get a reaction from people, sort of whether I'm on stage or I am, writing erotic fiction for a few months. Mm-hmm. I'm writing to an audience that I need to get a response from, and in this case, I need to write stuff that guys are turned on by, that guys are like, yeah, man, this is a sexy story. I'm really into this. I totally believe this story.
Wow.